Hello everyone. In the recent budget 2020, the government had introduced tax collected at source on sale of goods. This is basically a provision wherein the person selling goods, and by goods we mean only physical goods and not services, will be required to collect certain amount of tax on the sale in case of the sale of goods from the buyer, and once the tax has been collected from the buyer, the seller will then deposit the tax on behalf of the buyer to the government. The buyer will then be able to claim credit of this tax while he is filing his return of income. So this tax is merely a compliance mechanism and will not result in any additional cost to the buyer. Now let's go into a little bit of detail on who is it applicable to and when is it applicable from. This provision is applicable to only those sellers whose total sales from turnover or business carried on exceed 10 crore rupees, which means that if your turnover exceeds 10 crore rupees in the financial year 1920, then you're required to comply with this new provision. The compliance is basically a collection of tax at source at the rate of 0.1%, but please note that because of coronavirus, this rate has been reduced by 1/4, so the effective rate now is 0.075% and not 1%. One more thing to be very cautious about is that as per the provision of the government, this TCS is applicable on consideration payment and not on the sale value, which means that if a particular threshold of the consideration or the money being received from the buyer exceeds a particular threshold, then TCS collection is applicable, and it is not applicable on the sale value per se. The provision basically prescribes that in case any seller receives a consideration exceeding 50 lakh rupees from sale of goods only, I repeat, from sale of goods only, then he is required to collect the TCS at 0.075%. Now, how to calculate this consideration and what all are the factors that go into calculating this consideration, that's important to understand. So for example, a seller sells goods for 30 lakhs and receives payment during the year from the buyer of 50 lakhs. So this might be buyer less than 50 lakhs, I'm sorry. So this might be the case where you have no debtors, no creditors, you've just sold goods worth 30 lakhs, and maybe the payment received is less than 50 lakhs, which is 30 lakhs against the goods and 20 lakhs against old dues, or maybe as an advance. Then TCS collection is not applicable because the payment from the buyer has not exceeded 50 lakh rupees. Second scenario is the seller sells goods for 40 lakhs and receives payments during the year from the buyer worth 60 lakhs. This might be because of old dues and advances. In such a case, the TCS collection is applicable on the amount exceeding 50 lakhs. So which means the amount exceeding 50 lakhs, which is 10 lakhs, the TCS collection will be applicable. So it's evident from the provision and from the examples that the TCS collection is applicable on the consideration amount, and it is not applicable on the invoice amount. In the second scenario, you can observe that the invoice amount was merely 40 lakhs, but the consideration amount was 60 lakhs. A third situation is where the seller sells goods for 70 lakhs and receives payments during the year only for 40 lakhs, and the rest is still payable. In this case, TCS collection is not applicable. The reason being that the consideration is merely 40 lakhs. Even though the sale value has crossed 50 lakhs, the consideration and the payment received during the year has still not crossed 50 lakh rupees. Now, in certain cases where you're selling goods and where you've received consideration exceeding 50 lakhs from central government, state government, embassy, high commission, consulate, trade representation, foreign state, local authority, TCS is not applicable. Similarly, TCS is not applicable on sale of services. And in case you're selling some goods on which TDS has been deducted on the sale of such goods, then even that case TCS collection is not applicable. And one thing I've forgotten to add here is TCS collection is also not applicable on exports. So exports are outside the ambit of this rule. Yesterday the government came out with a clarification circular in which they have clarified a couple of points which are pertinent to our discussion. In the circular, they have clarified that this provision will apply on the receipt of sale consideration, and it would apply on all sale consideration including advance received for sale received after 1st October, even if the sale was carried before 1st October 2020. So it's important to know that all receipts after 1st October 2020 need to be tracked, and if they cross the threshold, and TCS will be applicable on all consideration and receipts received after 1st October. Now the threshold of 50 lakhs will be calculated how? That's a question which has been answered here. Calculation of receipt of sale consideration for triggering TCS shall be computed from 1st April. Hence, if a person being a seller has already received 50 lakhs or more up till 30th September, then TCS shall be applicable for all receipts on or after 1st October, which means that the consideration. So let's take an example. If, for example, we consider a scenario where before October we have received consideration for maybe 30 lakhs, and after October we have received consideration for 10 lakhs, then TCS is not applicable. Whereas in the second scenario, if we have received consideration for 60 lakhs before October, then TCS will be applicable on all consideration and all remittances received post October, no matter how much the amount. Why? Because the threshold of 50 lakhs has been crossed. So the government is basically in communicating and informing that the threshold limit of 50 lakhs will be counted from 1st April 2020. Now what is happening in the market is slightly different from what we are reading here. In a lot of cases, the sellers and the channel partners are saying that they will charge TCS on the invoice value if the total sale and not the consideration has exceeded 50 lakhs. Now this practice is not in line and not in spirit with the law, but even in that case this has been done to maintain a greater level of control, and it is not illegal per se. And a practice like this can be adopted by companies wherein they charge TCS on the invoice, the total invoice value, including the GST, including the total value, etc. And in that case, you don't have to maintain tracking of the consideration of the payments. You can merely collect TCS on the sale value. So this is also another method wherein you can comply with this regulation. I hope you're able to go through this PPT and understand. If any queries, please do reach out to me or my firm. Thank you.